All right, welcome back, everyone. Smash that like button if you want to support the show. But there has been actual response from Activision regarding cheaters, and I feel like 99% of you didn't see that. So let's get right into it. Latest update on the anti-cheat in Black Ops 7 beta. And again, they did make a full response to this. 97% of cheaters are banned within the 30 minutes of sign-in. And this is official, kind of confirmation we have in that sense that we never felt before, that we never really saw before. And the other part is most cheaters have been taken down, with many providers now saying that cheats are unusable. Again, I haven't seen, which providers have said that. I didn't check that. Less than 1% of cheaters got into the match removed within minutes, right? But when you literally check the online stuff, what we are seeing is those cheaters probably caused millions of dollars of damages. The cheaters we saw in the games I covered, 3 days ago, those were the ones that were really problematic. And again, the issue here is not the cheaters that come in or that come out per se, is the ones that actually get into the game and last for a long time. This might be less than 1% of those cheaters that actually make an effort to cheat. Those who use, different products that they buy online, or that they make an extra effort to actually do this for long term, not just for a quick funsies and then getting banned, right, in the beta. And I feel like this type of response is really corporate-like. So what you're seeing is more of a response of, hey, we banned all the cheaters, but these are the cheaters that have not installed any special software. And again, it makes pretty obvious sense that people are unhappy with Activision because of their lack of actually talking to people, talking to the community like they did in 2010, 2015 onwards. It wasn't the same thing, since Ghost. And I think this is where 99% of people are complaining, because they're using this Black Ops 7 cheating, also streamers, for all the cheating for 5 years that has been happening in Warzone. Now, why haven't the cheaters been, resolved in Warzone for the last 5 years? I feel like it's because Warzone has been making too much money to actually address this. They've been trying to fight it, but it didn't really stop anything. Major cheat providers are now labeling their tools unusable or detectable. Again, we didn't hear any of the providers speak out on this. We didn't get any big news confirmation, or at least I missed it. Resellers are now acknowledging they have no reliable products to offer for Black Ops 7. Again, why are there people playing online with their own hardware? This is what really scares me, right? Is cheating really gone forever with this safe boot thing and TPM? Or is it just an extra process to go over? Because that's what I'm hearing, from a lot of developers on Reddit. I know they're Reddit experts, but I'm hearing that they have said that this is going to still, there's always going to be cheaters in every single game. But of course, we're not only disabling their cheats, but also their illegal businesses as well. Now, this is one right thing they did. And, something that has been very, very vocal about this, or someone, the big corporation, is actually Fortnite. Fortnite has been banning a lot of these kids who have been cheating and taking them to court, suing them for exorbitant amounts of money and taking them through the big legal process, and also Nintendo. These two corporations are basically, when you cheat in the game, you're screwed, because you're basically creating a huge money sink loss for them by having, for example, 30 minutes of fun. And Treyarch basically realizes that clip that went online, or a few clips that I showed you in my previous videos, that has created probably millions of dollars of damages. I'm talking multiple millions. I would say at least, I'm going to say a random range here, but I would say at least 5 to 20 million in terms of how many people decided not to buy the game or support the game anymore. Just like Battlefield did. And, we're talking about big money here, so Treyarch has to step up in that direction. But again, vendors sharing clips during beta were already on our radar, and we'll pursue them beyond in-game enforcement. So it seems like they will ban these cheaters that have been posting this. Maybe it was like a little ad for the game providers, and they're really screwed now. So yeah, basically Big Dad stepped in, and he's done with cheaters, because this is hurting the Treyarch's favorite position, and that is the money. The money bag is now being hurt. Before, with Warzone, I still feel most of players complain about Warzone cheats, and they kind of, just went along their way, because it didn't really affect sales that much, in my opinion, especially with skins. But it now seems like that this is a big controversial scene that, they're going to have a scapegoat for it. I don't know about you guys, but I just feel like Treyarch has lost its touch with, actually addressing with the community. Maybe if they got a bit of a spokesperson, maybe a content creator to talk us through with these issues, I would be 10 times more happy. But of course, this is a big corporation now, and actually getting through that, level of info is getting very hard. This is the same thing I'm seeing with all these big games and what happened to Battlefield 2042. They were saying everything is okay, and when we saw Battlefield 2042, it wasn't great. All of the content creators were saying how bad it is, how they didn't ask any questions, how they didn't listen, or how rushed it was. And again, I don't want Black Ops 7 to go down the same path. I personally feel the campaign will be amazing, but there's going to be, maybe issues with multiplayer, maybe the lack of content. All through we're seeing the biggest content update now, so I could be totally wrong. So in the first few days of early access beta, Ricochet AntiCheat has been working to protect the integrity of every match. 97% of cheaters were stopped within 30 minutes, which is awesome. I mean, those are the people that probably didn't, do anything to actually, like last time. So SafeBoot did prevent like probably 60 to 70% of these cheaters, but fewer than 1% of cheating attempts reached a match, and those who did removed within minutes. Remember, guys, this is awesome, but it just takes one cheater for, to ruin the game for 11 other people. So by statistics, there are still cheaters around there, even in Black Ops beta. Even if there's less of them now, we need to drop this number to a 0 at this point. And I'm hoping Warzone will learn a lesson, because this is what people are saying now. They're basically boycotting the game at this point. They don't like it anymore, and they're showing with their wallets. And now, Activision has to take notes. Treyarch has to take notes, because they are losing money on this game for sure compared to Battlefield 6. What's your guys' thoughts on this? I personally feel, it's been an absolute incredible ride the past week. Smash that like button. I'll keep you guys updated with more news. Peace out.